Am I back? Is it laggy? Test. Test. Okay. Perfect. All right. We did it. We beat the system. Thank you very much for the raid, Gray. Much appreciated. I think, Andy, if we do need to change that, we can just log into Restream and change that while this is happening. At least I believe so. Perfect. Can you guys hear me okay on Twitch? Is it coming through? All right. All right, well, I mean, I guess we better get into it. Thanks for coming. This is the Blue Wizard Digital QA/map live dev stream. I'm here to answer pretty much any questions you guys have about Shell, Blue Wizard Digital, life, the universe, and everything else. And I'm going to make a map while I do it. This map is kind of just a prototype for one I've wanted to make for a little bit. I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but often what I'll do is I'll kind of make a rough map, see how it feels, see what I think needs to be changed about it, and then go from there. Right now this is starting out symmetrical, but it probably won't stay that way. I am Wizard Support. Those who are part of the Blue Wizard Digital Discord will know me. I go by Wizard Support, aka Gray's Notion, aka Has Welcome Matt. I've gone by all those names in my past, but you probably know me as Wizard Support. I'm not going to stream to Discord anymore for those people who are watching on Discord, just because it looked like I was having some stream issues. You could definitely listen to me here and type and ask questions through the Discord, totally fine. Or you can log on to Twitch or YouTube and ask any questions you might have to. All good. Like furniture? Yeah, there's no reason why we wouldn't add furniture to a map. It kind of all depends on how crowded you want a room to be. More or less, we kind of want it so that objects don't take up too much space, and don't make it so that if you start at one end of the room and walk to the other, you get stuck on all kinds of things in between. I think it's more likely that we would use things like the speakers that you would find in Downfall and things like that, just to kind of add extra flavor to a map. But that doesn't mean we can't add little accoutrements here and there. For instance, we are looking at adding in some new blocks for the Halloween map, which I don't think I'm going to show you today, but they're pretty excited. They're pretty exciting, should I say. I gotta change out that block. Will I make a new skin set for the holidays? Which holiday? For Christmas? For Halloween, I can guarantee, first off, there are some updates that normally, like there's new weapons since the last time we released the Halloween set, so you're going to see the AUG Halloween gun, you're going to see a new Halloween grenade that you haven't seen before, and you're also going to see some brand new things that you have never seen before, that we're adding into the update for some extra pop. Just going to combine those together on each side. Add a giant egg statue in one map. Now, whose idea is that? Is that your idea, Egg Girl? Like, it's funny, someone mentioned that to me the other day. What they want to see is some enormous bronze statue of Pablo or of an Eggman right in the middle. Yeah, I thought so. Because it's a good idea. Like, I remember that suggestion. I think we could totally do that at some point. A stadium map with a statue in the middle. Then we could do races. Maybe a stadium map with like a, what do they call it, a running track. So you can do some Coliseum races all through the inside. That could work pretty well. Sand Arena. I mean, it could be. And like this might be kind of how this map stays. Like there's no real reason to expand beyond the bounds, but I could put like a whole courtyard around the outside of this map. And in that way it would actually make it feel a lot more like either the new Space Arena map or like Jailbreak, with like a center building and structure and a whole way around the outside. Have you tried actually scrimming on the new Bastion yet? That was made to be a little bit more competitive. And I think actually it might be quite good, but I haven't heard back any feedback as to how it plays. Stax Arena's ready, I think. Someone asked earlier what software we use for these maps. This is kind of proprietary. It's actually built into the Shellshockers engine that we made. So this is all really just through yeah, the same game that you guys all love and know. Add more to Mud Gulch. What do you want to see on Mud Gulch? I'm going to change up my windows a bit here so I can see more chat. I need more chat than I'm seeing. Alright, yeah, okay, good. I can see way more. Now when you guys type something, it won't be buried right away. That is definitely useful. Yeah, Mud Gulch is difficult. It already has a kind of a sunken layer to it. It already has pretty balanced team play and those two parkour areas in the top, so I don't know if I love the idea of changing that. Whoever made that suggestion, what do you think would be a good edit to Mud Gulch? Like, what kind of thing would you like to see? A bigger underground, okay. Yeah, I mean, conceivably, it's meant to be kind of simple, it's meant to be pretty basic, but we can mess around with something like that, for sure. I try a lot of things out when I'm making the maps and when I'm tweaking them, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes there's some development dead ends, taller mountain to climb. We could make a map with just an enormous climbable mountain in the middle, if that's something you'd like. It'd be almost impossible to climb because you'd get sniped as you go up, but that's not impossible. We could start roughing that out today. Kind of like the idea, I'll be honest. Now is a perfect time to ask me about the Star Wars skins. Oh, the new game mode, Lukey. We have, for those who don't know, been working on a new game mode. There have been a couple other things that have kind of kiboshed our progress, or at least slowed it down slightly. So exactly when a new game mode would be out, I can't say at this point. I could say it's still in development. We're excited about it, but I don't have any time frame for you yet. Twitch drops as well. We've done some preliminary work on, but it's not quite at that point where we can release it. I think how it would work is that a lot of the established CCs would have Twitch drops enabled for their streams, and we're just excited to see how the community likes it. We'd probably create some brand new items for the streamers, and yeah, allow you guys to get your hands on some goodies. Hey, what's up, Go Yanks? Hey, thanks for watching, Whale Shark. Capture the spatula in free-for-all and not for teams. CTS is one of those modes that, for me, it never quite hit the mark of where I wanted it to be. I always wanted Capture the Spatula to work a little differently than it did, and I think that, like, in the future, you know, we'll either remove that mode to try out some new modes, or we will edit that mode substantially. Kind of make it more of a actual capture mentality. I kind of like this. I like the idea of having the two opposite towers be climbable and bases. Maybe having something in the middle that makes that area fun, but you could very easily just go straight up through the top here. Let's play around with that. What do you guys think? Should I put a jump pad in here? Do you think that's what we're looking for here? Maybe one of these? Nah, you're right. You're right. Get rid of the jump pad. It's garbage. I'll remove them from the game. I think you guys make a really, really fair point there. There was someone before me, so if you can kind of cast your mind back, the last map that I didn't make, the last full map that I didn't make was, oh god, what is it? Fort Flip. Add bridges to the towers, put some ladders to get up there. Oh, I'm with you on the ladders. The ladders are going up. Try something here. One second, gotta Alt-Tab. Tell me if the game changed to shell shockers. Seemed to work on Twitch. All right. So we're going to go right off to the next one, do the same thing we just did. Restream seems to think it worked. We'll give it a second just to be sure. Do I have Nitbor? Oh, no, I don't have Nightbot or anything else like that set up just yet. Andy, to answer your question, yes, I did that in chat. It's gonna be kind of crummy. You get up here, you have zero cover. You're just a dead egg. That's just all that's gonna happen when you climb up this tower. But it's kind of nice to have that option. Maybe I could build into the middle from these towers, make it a little more exciting. Now the question is, do I add like one big swirling tower in the middle? Is that crazy talk? Just like you guys mentioned that I should do to the Mud Gulch map? Because that's totally possible. We could go on a ride all the way up. Is that high enough? Yeah, it is. We're good. This could be one of those things that is fun in theory. When you actually play it, it turns out to be just a little too much or actually impossible to climb. Because think about it, you're gonna get, if some guy's sitting here, you're gonna get shot here, and there, and there, and all the way up. Maybe you could kind of try and work the tower so you're peeking around as you go up, but it's gonna be hard. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know if that's the move. We'll see. I'll put this idea out so we can see what we think. Got a tower at the top. the ultimate sniping platform. I mean, I could even maybe do some kind of join up. It'd be kind of crazy. Climb up, you get to work your way into the middle. Do it on the other side too, although because this isn't symmetrical, it'll join at a slightly different place. Nice, nice, thanks, Gray. Now, obviously, I'm not going to leave these as just random floating dirt blocks, but kind of as a good start in terms of what I'd want to do with it. That's not how that works. Still bad. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. This could work. Could be fun. I still think like you just sit down here and you're incredibly advantaged. Like this is the best spot, at least right now. You wouldn't have to worry about getting shot from absolutely everywhere else in the whole map. Thanks, Whoops. Yeah, I think it still needs a little bit of love for sure. Oh, is that right, JW? I don't know if I was getting any messages. Yeah, we got a Gray's Ocean raid on Twitch, so obviously gonna be a little bit busier here for now. I could make this some kind of like some kind of defensible position, somewhat of a bunker, because you can't get to it from one side. So it might be tempting to make it so that it's just a little bit more defensible up here. I need crates. I need crates everywhere. All right, you just tell me when, okay? Tell me when we have the right amount of crates. Is it good? Is that right? Just the right amount. A painfully difficult to get to staircase. Let's see, if the map was like this is the only way up. You gotta go up here. Oh, no, you can't even get up there. You gotta jump here, jump, and then climb up the staircase. This is a very important part of the map. It's just, I think it's really, really chef's kiss at this point. I think we got there, guys. I'm gonna save this one. So it's good. It's good to go. It's good to go. All right, maybe I'm gonna make some very small edits. Interestingly, we've talked about a maze, and we have also talked about making the map creator public one day. It is a great bit of software, and it would work to have people just design their own maps. Now, currently, obviously, the implementation to play those maps in an actual game wouldn't work. Ooh, I like what's happening here. I like that little hidey place down there. Ooh, okay. This adds some things. Currently, you know, even if you make a map, you wouldn't have the ability to test it properly. But I think personally it'd be really good for the game. A lot of things would have to happen. Yeah, the actual ranking system where you'd make a map, people would play it and people would rate it. That's a whole chunk of programming that would have to happen. But I can tell you we're not against the idea. It's definitely not impossible. And I actually, looking at this map now, I can't have this block on the corner because technically you can fall down. Death Pit had these in one release. Did anyone here actually play the game when Death Pit had these on the corners and you could fall out of the map that way? I believe it was in the game for at least a month at one point. During the first round where there's dual maps, the arena maps were updated. So that would have been way back, even when Road didn't have a basement yet. Anyone here play Road before it had a basement? That would be quite far back, yeah. We're talking about the long, long ago at that point, the before 4 times. Is that it, Lukey? Man, I swear you've been around longer than that. Making some maps in Blender. Is that icon in the background physical or a graphic on the screen? This one right here? That should tell you. Should tell you what you need to know. It is perched nicely up there on my Star Trek poster, though. For everyone who didn't know already, I'm a massive nerd. I think you kind of have to be to love games as much as I do, and kind of devoted an obscene amount of time to playing games throughout my life. I like that a lot, actually. It's a little more sketchy, a little less defensible. I'm gonna do that to the other one as well. There is a crate on the blue things. The blue things outside of the map. So fun fact, if there's something like this, if I make a map like this and I finish it without that piece, it auto-generates the boundaries to the edges, so I don't have to actually go ahead and put in manual boundaries, which are what these red things are. There are some maps that have these in them, like Dirt will have them to stop people going a little crazy. But it auto-generates. But if there's a block like this, did anyone play when Haunted was first put on the dev server, and what it had an edge like this, but it had a flag on the outside of the castle. So it just looked like this. And that was enough that basically this block that I'm in right now is counted as being full, so the auto boundary was put 1 square out, meaning anyone could fall off the map. That was good times. These are adventures in map making. It's a fun kind of argument where I want to get a couple of things in game that are glitches and are bugs and are genuinely fun to mess around with, because for me that's been some of the best time I've had gaming, is finding bugs in games and just seeing how far you can go with them and seeing what you can mess up. So there are some that I actually purposefully will put in a map or purposefully leave in the game. I don't know if you guys have noticed those. Smart-ish in the top left. Smart-ish. Like the trash can on Jailbreak. Yeah, I saw that issue and I couldn't bear to remove it. It was just too good. I'm gonna go quickly. Yeah, it looks like I got a bit of background noise in my stream. Definitely gonna have to try and fix that for the next one. Oh, the face reveal is going. I could have done the whole stream with this on, if you'd prefer. Just let me know if it's too horrific. I can keep this on. Under the mask is just another mask. What? I'm going to round this whole thing out. I think it'll look a little better. I'm going to have to upgrade all the blocks from the regular dirt blocks as well. Oh shucks, Zams. You can't see, but under this mask is just pure blush. Alright, this is going to happen around every edge, basically. Not in love with it. I think it needs a bunch more workshopping. maybe for me to remove that box. Whose idea was it to put boxes in? Crazy. Terrible idea. For the bridge part, would it work if you use the chain bridge blocks? Chain bridge? From what map? Metal. Road? From road. Oh, you mean like these? Yeah, I could definitely add them in. I think for corners, I don't think it does corners very well. You might notice that up our existing block set, we could always make another block that actually bridged the corner correctly. But I think it looks funny if we try and make a corner. Let's just practice that here. So we've got a few different... I was going to see if there was actually any spoilers in here in my map block set. I don't think there is. Oh, there is some. There is some. That was close. That was close. No one clip anything. You guys can avoid that, right? Yes. Appreciate that. You guys got my back. Where was I? I'm getting the different fire escape blocks. So we have some options. So I can build out from there. They're kind of finicky because you have to get right on the edge for them to actually work. But my corners, like, are a bit busted. That isn't to say I couldn't do it, and we would just essentially make a second corner piece that fits better with these. But we could make the walkways out of this. Maybe that'll feel a little more sketchy. Maybe I'll try that. Alright, salesman. You got it. I'm going to replace the blocks in this tower first with proper blocks, and then I will change that. Putting some palm trees. I could put in a palm tree or two. Right, what is this? What is this horror show of an idea? Look at this. It looks good. It looks good. Yeah, pretty quick. Pretty quick. It kind of depends. Like, so there's roughing out an idea. And actually, making an idea in a group of people like this is way easier than doing it yourself, because the ideas can flow pretty quickly, and I can just iterate, see if they look good, and go from there. But that only takes a short amount of time. So once you have the idea, then you have to go through and delete all the blocks that don't need to be there. Like, look under here, that block serves absolutely no purpose. You could just hang out in here all day, make yourself a little barbecue hidden away, and come out when you're ready. And there'll be a few places like that all around the map. Like anything with a cap on it, this should have a hollow core, but it doesn't currently. Oh, I say should have a hollow core. That actually can't join through, and this one is going to be one of those. Because of that, I have to cover that up. Mirror that here, put that ground in there. So yeah, because of all of the little optimization that has to happen, we want to make it so that there's as few blocks in a map as possible. So any block that you're not seeing or interacting with should be deleted. So basically when you load the map, those items aren't drawn, and everyone gets to have a faster, better game of Shell, basically. For those of you guys who haven't seen the Dirt 2 map in process, we do have palm trees. Pretty spiffy looking palm trees, if you ask me. Put a little happy tree up here. Does that even make sense? Would that grow out of the top of an arch? Probably wouldn't. Why are there holes in the space map? You're gonna have to be more specific. We've got a few space maps. Let's see, where would be the best place for a little happy tree? Maybe I put it back here. Would that be good? I could always move this in, and that would actually make the map a little different too, so I'm quite happy to do that. Provide a little bit of cover as you come in and out. It is, right now, a little too open, I think. Although it looks fairly small now, when you're actually in it, you can kind of imagine your sight line to be halfway up one of these blocks. So it would look like this. So it would look pretty enormous once you're actually in there. Yeah, we're definitely going to need some boxes in the courtyard. So I'm going to go ahead and make this the same on this side as well. Because at least for now, it looks like we have a mainly symmetrical map. That can always change too. Wow. Make more cover. I know you're a streamer. You need that cover. You need places to hide. Is there an upside down stair block? Sure, here's a stair block, now it's upside down. Any block can be moved and twisted as we please, basically. I mean, I've made a few of these maps now, J-Dubs. This is not my first time. All right, Lukey. I've shunned you long enough. I'm gonna add a couple boxes. Just a couple boxes. What's that? Doesn't make any sense. Now my boxes are all messed up. Alright, we're back. That is the correct box. So we come out of here, sight lines are too large. Trying something like that. You can still see right to the other edge. Blocked off on the right, blocked off there. Blocked off, sight line open. Alright. That'll do for starters. Does create some narrow channels. I could also fill in this with some actual real blocks other than just dirt blocks if I wanted to. Yeah, no, and I've said this before, like, I have no doubt that, like, a hive mind of 100 people who love this game could make an amazing map, better than all the maps that I've put in the game. Like, if you make 100 maps and everyone plays it, iterates, upgrades, and votes on which one they like, chances are you're going to end up with a better map than even someone like me who kind of knows the game could make. I do believe that. I'm not in love with this. I'm not in love with that. I think if I put this slant, you'll be able to just sit down here. And that's going to be kind of bad. But I don't want to just put a whole tower. Actually, let me check what it looks like. My guess is not great. Yeah, no, my guess is pretty accurate. Kind of bad. Kind of There's going to be no item codes today, I'm afraid. However, as I get more comfortable with streaming, we're streaming to 2 services right now. My work PC is not a beast. It is an old beast, but maybe streaming to 3 places at once, how I started, was a little bit optimistic. We'll get to that pretty soon. Definitely looking to upgrade this kind of experience and do more streams in the future. But this is a good kind of like trial run of how it's all going to work. I wonder if I get like a block. We have one that ends in a square. This cap round. Cap corner out. That one maybe? Secret area in the ground. That's not, I don't know if this is going to cut it. I would have to put in one of these upside down next to it to match up. I could do that all the way around. It'd certainly make it unique. Having edges like this around people shooting weapons can be a little bit... I like that better. I like that better. I think we're getting somewhere. I could very well just put the inverse right below it. Maybe I want to go rounded on that one specifically. Hold on. I got discombobulated. There we go. We can change this one to be the rounded cap, because there is one that ends in that particular shape. You know, not in love with it again. Is it hard to make maps? How long does it take? Days, weeks, months? I would say that depends. I think really when we make a map, we're looking anywhere from like 8 hours at the minimum. That's if every piece of the map is already made. We don't need to get anything modeled up, put into the game, tested, add collision to each individual block. If we don't have to do that and we have everything and I just kind of come across an idea that I really like, for instance, I think Helix, despite being a big map, was probably made in about 8 hours. I had an idea of what I wanted to do based around an old Mario Kart level from years ago, and yeah, probably took 8 hours start to finish. Oh, is that right? Was that my first stream in the Discord that I did that map? How about a last one standing mode like Fortnite? Well, that's a little trickier. So, you guys all play Shell. You know that our games work in rounds, or without rounds, should I say. So, there's no real beginning and end to a Shell map. So because of that, I don't think that that would work that well, or I'm not convinced that it would work. Taterpod, what do you think? What do you guys think we should call this map? Just throw the ideas out there. What does it look like to you? Not all at once. It's no wrong answers. Scales, Libra, you like the balance? Okay. I could see that. I like Scales because it's a dirt-based map, and when I hear Scales, I also kind of think of snakes, old Conan the Barbarian. Like, I kind of get that vibe from it. I actually kind of like how that looks, too. Interesting. Palm Tree Palace. I get that. You're ripping off the Palace Siege theme. Sand Central, also a very good name. Sand Central and Scales I like so far. I think those are sweet ideas. Quintuple Towers, Scales Central. I like that worse. that just, you took the best of both worlds and you mashed them together, and you got yourself like an omelet with jam. You know, it's not working for anyone. I'm not in love with the skirt. I could get rid of the skirt entirely. Maybe just that one back in there? With an open back? Is that better? I think that's better. I kind of like that. It gives you a bit more chance to shoot up at somebody. It does open up this angle, which isn't there, so I don't need to worry about it. Shooting through here, the bullet collision might be a little weird, I think. We'll do the same here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. If we're gonna leave this with these blocks, we're definitely gonna have to upgrade them to not just dirt blocks. I think I can kind of feel the dirt blocks in the middle here, at least for now. But I feel like all these pathways should be built of stone. More trees, an oasis. Oh, okay. Oasis is a very good name. Darude Sandstorm? Harrison, get out of here. No one asked you. Darude, we have Oasis, we have Scales, and we have Dust Central? What was the central name that was quite good? Sand Central. Okay, I can do that, can I? Let's see if I can just type that in. How do I separate the choices with the long thing that I would do in Discord? I'm gonna try and mimic Discord and see if it works. Ah, okay. Wise are you in the ways? See, this is through Restream, so Restream won't come back to me and give me those extra options. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. In fact, now that this is like that, I can actually give the option for you to fall down in the corner here, which might be kind of fun. I like that. I'm gonna do that on both sides. Now that you can't fall all the way through out of the map, we'll just allow you to fall off that kind of edge right there. I could definitely do a Discord poll, and I could definitely open up Twitch and get that going. I'm probably not going to do that just yet. So everything in the corners of here is the, nope, that one's not. I'm just trying to make sure everything's on the same page. Which kind of looks like it is, almost. Yeah, this central one can definitely go to a point towards the end. Maybe just like that, so you have a little tiny hidey hole. I don't mind that. Gotta give people some places to hide. People love hiding in Shell Shockers. It's true. I've noticed that, like, a map actually needs like a little tiny place you can call home. I don't know if anyone watched the tiny stream I did in the Discord the other day, but one of its features was that it had, I went into Stacks Arena and I actually changed Stacks Arena so that there is a small place to hide on either side of the map. I think it'll make it a much better map, to be honest. You gotta have that sense of chill. Oh yeah, like camping spot, camping spot, camping spot. Not really, a bit dangerous. No, you could camp here. You can guard here. You can't really be seen too easily from your sides. Yeah, this is a big time campers map. Now the question is, P6, is will that make it a great map or a terrible one? Hard to say. It's hard to say. I mean, I could technically make this whole middle section boxes. It could be a whole big old stack of boxes. Behold! I don't know. I mean, texturally, I kind of like it. Flavor-wise, a little weird. Not gonna lie. About that boop. Oh, is that right? You can hear the background noise? So yeah, this machine is an absolute beast. It's heavy to pick up. Its fans are a little enormous and a little loud. So I think actually getting a better mic would help that here. That could be on the agenda for the next time. The same block that's used in Temple. You mean the gold block for the floor? Or this block? I could certainly try that. I am down. Get out of there. I don't know. That looks kind of sharp. I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. What if you made a giant tree? I don't have the blocks to make a giant tree. That's the only problem I have with it. Can't make it symmetrical, which does actually kind of bother me. Unless I make another slope. That's gross next to the box. It's not good. I don't know what that added to it. Will there ever be an enclosed map? I have made one. One exists. I'm waiting on a whole bunch of different assets for it because it's more like a DE Rats style map. DE Rats was the first, if you want to look that up. That was made absolutely years ago for Counter-Strike, probably like 1.2 or maybe even before the alpha. That was the first of its type, and I have investigated making things like that. Oh, you hate these? You hate this path? Or you hate the brown in the middle? Honestly, this brown in the middle, once it's rendered and lit properly, would look a lot better, I think. And I actually do like the contrast that we get from it. The path and the tower. Ugh. Oh, that's rough. The path I can see. I'm not in love with the path, I'll be honest. Favorite game? I mean, I'm not just saying this, but it's definitely Shell Shockers. 100%. Shell Shockers is one of those games that, especially if you come from an established, like an established other game. Like I've played a lot of FPSs in my life, and when I first saw Shell Shockers, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute, and I thought nothing more of it. This was actually before I worked even for Blue Wizard. And then when I actually played, I was very surprised by how much fun it was. It's a very, very surprising amount of fun that can be had in the game. And yeah, I think that's a huge accomplishment that the guys made. Basically, yeah, in making it. Like it's just, it always catches me off guard how much fun I have playing on it. Favorite map, gotta be Cluck Grounds, I think. I love how it turned out. That had some almost last stage edits, but Cluck Grounds is totally unique, totally balanced, plenty of areas to hide. It's not incredibly large. I don't think that there's one weapon that's completely OP on it. Yeah, I like it a lot. Does that need to be there? Yeah, you can see that on the other side. But that block is one I can take out. And so ammo doesn't spawn in there. I actually have to put this block inside it so that it can't stay there. And how, after all this time, have I missed these blocks here? Actually, that's why I left that one off. Yeah, I kind of like that. Can I make it parkour like the Castle CC Tower? I could. I mean, I definitely can. You know what? If I had that ready, Lukey, I would do that. There is a chance I can get that going. Hey, thanks for dropping in, LA Gamer. Much appreciated. Are you 2P6? Take it easy. Parkour map would be cool. Yeah, for sure. You know what? I think, for now at least, I'm pretty happy where this is. It's still a little open. Like, this is a massive space. We got two big, large spaces that I might have to do something about. I could move this inside and put something behind it. That's possible. That is totally possible. But for now, I'm going to call this one bushes. Just a whole ton of bushes. It's a bit of a flavor fail, right? Like, I don't really feel like these bushes go with the map very well. Hey, what's up, Isaac? Thanks for watching. But what I was thinking was like moving this out to here. Oop, I just changed. No, one of those is okay. moving that out to here, moving this forward too, and then allowing more space back here. I'm going to try that. See how it feels. Oh, you know what I could even do? Kind of excited to actually put that in, is I could make an open door if I want to as well. Let's do that. They didn't used to be, actually. I don't know if you knew the glitch where you can throw a grenade through a door. That exists on quite a few maps currently, but we are phasing it out because basically we redid the doors from one full block to a single piece. Sorry, one full block, which would take up the whole door, to 4 individual pieces, and that allows us to actually make it so the grenades bounce off properly. Seems like a lot of work just to fix their grenade bouncing, but it always bothered me, and we just fixed it. Or we have an open door, which is good because we're able to go through it into this area. I'll just get rid of all this stuff. I like this. It does create another portion to the map. Yeah, but what's the point? What is the purpose of this area? How hard is it currently to get up here? Is it possible? Okay, right now it's not possible. Is it possible to get up here? Right. Actually, I talked about this a while ago. You have to have a way to get onto this section to make it even worthwhile. You could jump down, up, jump down, but it's pretty weak. It's pretty weak. So that gives me a little bit of a design goal, at least on this side. I have to make some way to get up here from what I currently have. Well, I mean, obviously that's not going to work. I did make the other archways smaller, and I had left these ones big previously, but I can always cut those down, at least on one side. This would do it. Make it so that this area's, and probably should be OP, to be honest. If you went all the way over here to get here, you could put some kind of defense up here so you can feel a little bit more like you've got cover. I think one of the issues right now that I can see with this map is that it is heavily crackshot focused. Like, there is no other gun that you're going to be able to compete half as well as the crackshot. Like, getting over there, you have to go, you have to waddle all the way out here, all the way over here just to compete. And even at the last second, you're running straight towards the person. People love the crackshot. No, you're right, Bob Ross. It is known. That is the people's favorite weapon. However, you kind of want to make it so that you can play with any weapon. You know, and you don't really, well, I mean, you'll have a lot of crack shots against you as well. It'll just be one big snipe fest, and I feel like that's not quite as interesting as it could be. So why don't we add a little something in these corners where you can get up to this second floor? So what I mean by that is, well, actually we'll just grab the same ladders we already used in the map for continuity. and we'll put a ladder up. So this way, we actually give people the opportunity to jump up here and challenge those people. And we give people an opportunity to run away should they run into this area. Don't mind that. One of the only issues with that is if they come up here, they stop, then they have to jump off. I'd much prefer if you can go up a ladder, you can keep running in that same direction. So a little bit of an issue just in the way we've made these towers in the corner, because you can't put it on the inside unless you put a block here, which would change the whole run around of the bottom of the map. Favorite skin in the game? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. There are a lot of choices, as you know. I would say probably my favorite skin is... I like the albino Free Ranger, if I'm honest. I think that might be my favorite. The Unts gun is always going to have a spot in my heart. Like, it's just the first premium item we ever released. And I think actually by the same token it's the most rare. Not everyone really knew what they were getting into before. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make... Okay, where is the one door that I made open? Okay. I'm going to copy these again. I'm going to look to make these those same doors. That bottom left piece. It's not gonna do it. I see what's happened. In that case, I'll need that bottom right piece. Will there ever be a techno-og? You know there will be a techno-og, as well as there being a techno-grenade. Yeah, those things will definitely come to the game. You guys want a murder hole? You got a murder hole. That's how it happens. You got your own little tiny private murder hole. The Badoosh also is amazing. I think all of the techno set, honestly, is great. I love each and every one of them. No, it looks weird. Alright, I like that. I think that was a good call. I do the same over here. Would I ever 1v1 Slobodan? Honestly, I mean, I'd be happy to, but I've been playing for a long time now, and he probably spends, he definitely spends a long time programming the game. I don't know if he's actually any good. We will, at some point, have like a Christmas or some kind of staff get-together, and we will definitely play. And I think it's very likely that I will destroy him, just because I've played for so long. I think it's much more likely that I will give Harrison a run for his money. He is still learning a bunch about the game, But I think it'd be fun to play him quite soon. I would actually enjoy that quite a lot. If you're here, Harrison, you're going down, and I'm very excited to do that. that would be super fun for me. I like it. I like it. I'm liking that shape. I'm going to replicate that on the other side. Makes it a little different. You have the curved going into the square base. I have. No, exactly. I've had like a very good training ground for both for playing. I mean, anytime I play, it's usually in a streamer's lobby, and as you guys know, those are a lot harder. Fix the quality. No, well, the whole idea of the game is that it runs incredibly well on Chromebooks as well. An amazing amount of people who play the game play on a Chromebook. So will there one day be more options to make the kind of upper ceiling of the graphics a little better? Yeah, quite likely. But by the same token, you know, we do want to make it so that everyone can play. You know, we want to make the game as accessible as possible, and I think the fact that you can really get, you know, 30 FPS on even the absolute worst computer out there makes it great. Oh, I haven't done the other side yet, but I do like that little arch. I could put another one here, but I actually don't want to leave this spot to be too open. That's already a little tight in there. Favorite gun skin for the crack shot? I'm gonna go with Unts. Yeah, I think someone asked me that earlier, or at least what my favorite gun skin was, and I probably would go with the Unts gun, which is the Techno crack shot, or the Albino crack shot. Hey, that's awesome. We're actually hoping to get the new version, the Android version, out in the next couple of days, so definitely keep an eye on that. You will see it quite shortly. I'm going to build this section out same as I did the other side. I think it's there actually, and 2 out. Yeah, that's correct. What I actually want different doors after all that. Changing character side, you can barely peek and your fat egg body can get hit. That's the whole point about fat egg bodies. They're literal targets. You're an egg. You're not very hardy. You're almost made to get thumped at some point. Cooked egg? How dare you? You have been drastically misinformed. I mean, Wobble is a great dev and good at very many things, but I don't know, the best. I don't know about the best. Neither of these pieces look right. It's not right at all. Okay, this is actually that side of the door. What's your problem? Hey, what's up, guys? Add a ladder to the inside of the room. You mean the inside of this room over here? Going up the steps. Not exactly sure which one you're talking about yet. I know we're going to add one to this side that we talked about, and that we actually did add over here. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, please follow the channel. We're going to be doing a lot more dev streams of all different types, so if you could subscribe if you're on YouTube, or follow, really appreciate it. We got a lot more awesome content coming to you, and a lot more awesome dev streams, so definitely follow so you guys stay tuned to all those. Perfect. Arpeg's hard. Arpeg's one of the hardest weapons. Lots of mazes and passageways. Easily lost would be cool. You know, honestly, I would love to see that too. I can definitely see us making a maze map. We've talked about it for a while. We've even talked about like doing, admittedly, really dumb things like making the whole thing a QR code. We've got some ideas. A map maze would be sweet. I actually think if we were to do the giant egg statue idea, we would do a maze. So you go around this whole maze, you have several entrances from the outside, and right in the middle, if you can get to the middle, is a egg statue. I think that'd be sweet. I tend to do the map design by trial and error. You know, like if anyone was watching this when we started earlier, I'll show you what it looked like at the start. And I can show you, obviously, what it looks like when it's finished. Because we are getting, I think, pretty close to where we want to be with it. I generally like what's happening to it. Oh, get that there. I think we need a couple more edits. I'm just balancing this out right now, making it symmetrical. I mean, it does. At least it's just a straight climb. There's not a huge amount of parkour that goes into it. I think the challenge with climbing this tower will not be getting sniped here, getting sniped here, getting sniped here. You're going to get destroyed on all sides just trying to run up this thing. But I think that's going to be part of the fun to it. We'll see. We'll see. Actually looking to be a more fully fledged map. Make a weapon. This is the map editor. I don't actually make the weapons in the game, but we can make some more different styles of maps. Here, I'll show you what this looked like when I started, because I think, other than refining a couple blocks, like for instance if I go in here, I'll find a bunch of blocks that don't actually need to be here. And a lot of these blocks that are facing just one way can be cut down for sure. This map's probably not coming out in the next update. Oh, the blue section? This is just your canvas, so I could put anything I want anywhere along here. But it's not part of the main map. The boundaries of this map will automatically set around the outside, so I don't have to add those in. But I will get rid of all these hundreds of blocks just going to be floating in space. That's what those notifications do, Smasher. Yeah, absolutely. A map was a larger version of Sky Scratcher meets the pit, where there's a super tall tower in the middle of a giant coliseum. I mean, to be fair, this isn't a super tall tower, but we do have a coliseum of sorts, and a large tower in the middle. We talked about the names of this one earlier. Maybe you guys can vote. What do you think sounds better? And just type in chat if you like this name. Could call it Scales. We could call it... Oh my goodness. I'd have to scroll way up to actually see. Are we going to call it Scales? Is that actually what we're just going to call it? Sam Bam? Which dev? I am Wizard Support. You might know about me from the Blue Wizard Discord channel. I go by many names, but that's the one you might know me from. I'm going to put another ladder here, just for a nice little shortcut, and way up to get over here. The last thing I need to do is edit this platform and this platform, which I think needs something. because it's like it's not the hardest part to get to, but it's kind of an island on its own, so I'd like to see something there. I could as well bring that edge in if I wanted to. We're going to see what that looks like. Leaving a little space there. And I could put something on there. Do I know about the tree bug? Is that the one where you can jump into a tree? I do. That one's intentional. Guys, all of this talk about jump pads is I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where you guys get the crazy idea that we're going to put them in the game. But, that's because my name on the Blue Wizard Digital website is my real name. Whereas Wizard Support is not my real name. Do I like those? Do I like that as a reasonable place to hide? I don't mind it. Let's try and put it over here as well. And then we can kind of look at this map and decide whether or not it's going to do it. Whether or not it's going to make the cut. So this is pretty much it. There might be a couple of other edits I could make. This walkway is a little clunky. The one that goes down. I could join it up here instead, but that would make it even longer. This one was pretty succinct straight in, so it does make sense for this to be the same. Maybe that was just a bit of a mistake. Sand egg? Sand egg's a fine one. A secret door. A secret door to where? Where should it go? What should happen when you go through this secret door? Make it so you can jump onto the boxes. You can jump onto the boxes here. You would have to run up to here and then jump up, or you can run over here and jump up this way. I think that would work fine. Same on the other side. You should have the same ability to jump up onto those boxes. Sand egg, sand egg. Sand egg can't be 3D printed shell trophy on your shelf in the background. Oh, you saw that. All right, this can be the portion of the stream where we do a small section of show and tell, if you like. One sec. For those who don't know, this trophy was given to me. It's my most prized item. I value this more than my own family. Don't tell them that. And I got this from the team here at Blue Wizard Digital when I beat Gray's Ocean in a one-on-one in Shell Shockers. Happiest day of my life. I want to thank my mom, for birthing me, and the team here at Blue Wizard for their unflinching support. I couldn't have done it without that practice one-on-one shellacking that Hazmat gave me, so I appreciate that as well. We got there, guys. You can reach your goals. I'm living proof. The last thing I actually need to do to this map, which isn't the most exciting thing in the world, is replace all of these full blocks. Oh, well, I'll show you a full block, actually. See how it's got pattern on every side? We can cut down the number of vertexes we have in the map by replacing them all with this guy, which has pattern just on one side. So, for instance, that block is fine with one. That would be fine with one. It's a lot of replacements. This one that you can see on multiple sides can't be replaced, but every single one of these can, for instance, except for the corner blocks. And except for that one and that one. I kind of like leaving the bottom just as dirt, to be honest. Add a secret to the map only people watching here would know. I am Wizard Support in Discord, aka Swizzard Support, after my boy Swee, aka Gray's Notion, after the stunning victory I had in a one-on-one against Gray. When will I 1v1 Swee? I don't know if I'm that keen to lose. He's just too good. What should we add in the map? What should we add? Should I add one of these? I could hide one of these little guys. These happy little whizzes. Alright, don't tell anybody, guys. One of these is hidden right down here. Happy little whiz. It's a bit dizzying, yeah, I imagine it would be. The camera... You have no up and down in this, so to go down you have to point down and press forward. So apologies if you get a little bit seasick just watching this stream. I'll try and smooth it out as much as I can. What app do I use to make these maps? This is all proprietary. It's built by us to be part of Shell Shockers, so it doesn't really exist outside of that. At least not yet. There is the kind of far-off idea that maybe one day we could release it to the public, but we have no plans on doing that yet, so I don't want you guys to get too excited by that. Doesn't really work. Too excited by that idea just yet. But it is something we've talked about. Jump pads. Gotta have those jump pads. Jump pads are something as well that we've played around with. Also not quite ready for prime time yet. But something that will be in the game at some point in the future. I can tell you that. I changed that small one. I'm going to change the same one on the other side. Add a new mode. We are working on a new mode right now. Do you make the Merc Zone maps? I don't. No. Merc Zone, I think, is actually patched together in Blender. I believe so. But don't quote me on that. I don't have as much to do with the making of that game. Let's add a couple little small touches. I'm going to add a nice little lamp up there. Maybe another one on the other side. Beautiful lamp. Shed some light. Maybe one, couple up here. Kind of like that. That looks pretty. I was gonna say lit, but I can't even do that to you guys. That's just too sad. That looks nice. Show us mode. When will this map come out? I don't know. October, you can expect some kind of Halloween map to come out. Let's see. We have Dirt 2 kind of waiting in the wings, which is ready. I'm going to go ahead and save this one. This started out as a kind of... just as something I was playing around with that might be the new Halloween map, but I don't think this really strikes me as being incredibly Halloween-y. Even if I had candles and cobwebs and things like that, I don't think it's going to get there. I feel like the next Halloween map will be similar to the first Haunted. This one, for now, I'm going to call Scales. And I'm going to save that up. And we're going to open a new map. One sec. In fact, let's see if I have Dirt 2 to show you guys, for those of you who haven't seen it yet. This enormous beast is Dirt 2. Could be called dirtier. I'm not quite sure. It's enormous. I hear you, funny man. I hear that you like bunkers. I'm with you. This is 100% by far the biggest map that will ever be added to the game, or has been so far. Hazmat, you've played a fair amount of Counter-Strike. You'll recognize this map, obviously, right away. There's going to be a lot of differences that I added in it, just because eggs are a little different than terrorists and counter-terrorists. They have no real political agenda, other than maybe egg org. But I added this section where you can jump up, right up onto here, for a little bit of extra red sniping power. You can actually get all the way to the car over in the corner. You might recognize this area. We got A long, A, short A, tunnels, bomb site B, T-spawn, CT spawn, double doors. Most importantly, really, double doors. I wanted to, above anything else, I wanted to maintain this as a sniping spot. Most T's spawn down here. Most red eggs, should I say, spawn down there. Most blue eggs spawn down here. I wanted this to be the same, op sniping line that it's ever been, and I thought that would be super fun. Additions that I did add, which are kind of neat, is in the little B alcove. I actually made it a little bit of a path. Very, very tight-knit path into a little private balcony. I added a little tiny, cheeky, little tiny route here. An extra way to get to B tunnels, or the other way around. Make it a bit more exciting. I obviously added this section where you can jump up, and I added a tiny little more interesting area here that you could drop down and poke out of there instead of just sniping people from back here if people are holding up here on these boxes. So it's definitely big, and I mean, no matter how big this looks now, when you actually play it, it's going to play bigger than it looks. Which is insane, because you think of your egg being that size, your camera is going to be here. So, map be big. However, I think it should still be fun. I think I've added enough stuff and enough places to hide so that it should be really interesting. Blue team's vantage? Oh, blue team has almost control of the map to start with. They've got this section with only 2 ways in. They've got this section with only 3 ways in. They could hang out here, and people have to come this way or this way to come get them. So it'll be a bit more interesting. Like if you ever play Dirt, the first map that's in Shell Shockers, there's a lot of areas that you can just kind of hang out in and hold. And I kind of like that. I don't think it exists in that many other Shell Shockers maps. So having that here, where you can just like park up here and hold this angle, I think it's going to be nice. I think it's going to add a little something to the game. I think it's going to be the most fun team-based map to play on because it's got such a clear divide. You could get in here as red team and you're only guarding this angle. You could hold this all day. If you can infiltrate this passage, no one can get up this way. So you have like a dead end, almost bunker style that you get to hold. For competitive play, I think it's a little bit too big, to be honest. I don't think that... funny man, don't make me do it. Are you gonna make me do it? Can I even do it? I can block you in restream chat. I'm gonna have to go to Twitch to do that. It's gonna be so annoying. Don't make me do it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna play a little different than a lot of maps do currently, and I think that's gonna be sweet. We'll watch to see how people like it. We'll get your guys' feedback. We'll probably make some hot fixes and changes as we go, but it's gonna be nice. Let's see what else I got. I don't know if I have anything finished. We just finished, for those of you who just showed up, Scales. Um, and that's kind of like an ongoing... Oh, did I just put that in the wrong folder? Oh my god. I lose things forever that way. What is maze? And how far did I get it? I didn't get very far at all. This is just a random block of blocks. Not really anything right now, but was maybe the start of a kind of maze-like level that I wanted to make. I did 1v1 Gray's Ocean. Yeah, that is true. That was me. That was me. Let me go into the actual maps that are in the game right now. And I'm going to actually get up Train Yard ahead of me. Can you guys tell me in chat if you actually like the map Train Yard? Just like a yes or a no. Let me know if you enjoy Train Yard. For those who don't know, it's this one. Totally okay if it's not your favorite. Get that as well. But I'd like to know if anyone here is not in love with it. Yeah, and I think it's going to be polarizing. You'll find most maps, like if you've ever watched people make a map tier list, people disagree on almost everything. It's interesting. Yeah, so no, I totally get that. I get that, Okan. Thanks for watching, by the way. So I was wondering the other day, like, what I can actually do to make this map better or more enjoyable. Because of the clunky movement, like moving through the map, you're not a huge fan of. You feel like there's too many things in the way of maybe clear rotates. Can I help you make a map? You're helping me right now. Honestly, your guys' feedback, it's the whole reason Shell is a good game. I think we've been listening and pretty close with the community for quite a few years now, and it really helps us fine-tune a lot of the maps we use. Bit crammed? You know, I do hear that, and we did open it up a little bit. I deleted one of the trains that was here. I made this section smaller. I think I took one width off it here. From when it was first released, we did change a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just say you shouldn't get too attached to shared accounts. That's all I'm going to say for now. But I think it's much better to spend the time investing in your own account and just don't give away your password. I don't know if I always have to say that, but absolutely don't give away your password. Shared accounts are generally a bad idea. So what I was thinking the other day is you could raise this map up, as I have just done. This is the underside, the underbelly. You can see how many blocks are taken out just to kind of save on vertexes. We want to make our maps as small as possible, so any block that doesn't need to be there is taken out. How would you guys feel about a bunker on this map? Would that be too much? I thought it might be neat to have another way to get back here to get up on the roof without being seen. Hey, what's up, Cool Bananas? Thanks for watching the stream. A bunker? I mean, it could work, right? Obviously, the easiest comparison for this map would be Shipyard. You know, you have your big stacks of blocks, you have your large roof, it's using basically the same tiles, but people love the bunker in Shipyard, which is strange, because from a design point of view, there's only one way in, and people take the spatula down there, they hold it for ages. Yeah, no need to spam, Nerdy Fireman. I see your messages. A railway theme underneath? How? What do you mean? Like a underground railroad, that kind of thing? I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. But the idea of, you know, well, I don't actually know if it would be there. Where would make a good entrance to it? Probably like here? good? Would that be bad? I don't know. Do we want it to just drop down like the one under a train? I mean, we can put it under a train, but how do you get there? That's a bit of a problem. Different than the shipyard one? Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. What I was thinking was just a small way to kind of get back there without being seen from all this. So I guess it would have to be behind the train. That does make the most sense. That was Novo Super, streamer of the game on Discord in the dev stream. So I could very well make a way in right here. Should be interesting. Kind of like that entrance. So you have a lot of options when you make stuff like this. You can make it one way, you can make it two ways, you can have multiple entrances, you can make them just be entrances. A secret door in the train. You can't get inside the train, Dat Gamer. I hear what you're saying, but you can't get inside the train. I can, but when you're an actual egg, you can't. That leads to bunker. I hear you. Yeah. The Shell Shock community is amazing. I've been part of the Shell Shocker community for maybe the last 2.5 years. Big whiz. And yeah, it's treated me very well. It's treated me very well. I think whenever you deal with any online community, you know, like, well, you get the anonymity, you get people acting a little bit toxic, but I think generally speaking, Shell players are a good sort. I don't mind that. I don't mind that just as an entrance. We could have an exit as well. There doesn't need to be just one entrance. But the idea is, actually, this is enormous. That's a huge bunker. This is way bigger than even the one on Shipyard. If I were to have it come up somewhere back here. That's a lot of length. Secret door to the bunker. The question is, Dat Gamer, how do I make it secret? Yeah, the idea is that, you know, we do attract a lot of young players to Shell Shockers. I think the fact that you can play it on any device just makes it incredibly accessible. So even people with like just a school Chromebook can play without any issue. That is maybe it's because it's really low ceiling that it looks so big, but that looks enormous, even though it's not that large. I'm gonna have to work this out for sure. What's up, Blue Flame? What does the opening remind you of? I'm gonna have to name some Twitch mods for the next stream. That is certainly something that should be on the agenda, I think. Let's put that back for now. Clear this out a little bit. Have that be the entrance for now. Mod help need I see. You know what? I'm gonna actually see. Hold on a second. Awesome. I have the power. Hey JW, do you want to be a mod? Is there an echo in here, guys? You hear that? I love the fact that the spam is about making a bunker as well. It doesn't make any sense. Boom! You are a mod, JW. Please use that power responsibly. Anyone else from the Discord here that I know quite well? Oh, Novo? Congrats, Novo. You, too, are a mod. Hey, what's up, Whiskey Warbrain? Alright. Yeah, if anyone else from the Blue Wizard Digital Discord is in chat, just let me know. You could be. Judgment, you got it, buddy. You are a mod. Egginator? Oh. You're a mod too. Harrison? I don't know. Okay. You're a mod too. You're a mod. Sharkbucks? Is that the Sharkbucks? I hope so, because you're a mod. Genbaru Okan, welcome to the stream. You're a mod. Alright, I think I've done enough. I think back to the map editing at this point. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. So this seems to be too large of one straight shot. Even if we had a couple of things along the way, I think that's just too much to ask. We could have people climb over this thing? That's not impossible. Has to be there. It's very small. Let's play around with a couple things down here, see what's possible. I think actually that's too tight of a squeeze. So we can't kind of go up and over this block. Although we could put a small thing here so that you can jump up. Wait, everything is grayscale right now, so you can't really see it very well. We could also change the blocks down here to make it slightly more interesting. But actually, even broken up a little bit, you can see that there's a lot less space here. As soon as you get here, now you're just really close to being able to pop up. I gotta say, I'm not in love with it. This is TrainYard. We are just playing around with the idea of making a bunker in it so that you fall down and you have another way to get up here. One of the issues with that is similar to Dirt 2. It's a fairly big map. It's not as big as Dirt 2, but it does have a lot of more complicated blocks. These blocks are actually quite complicated. Same with the tracks. There's just a lot of vertexes and lines in them. The more vertexes and lines you have, add the blue, green, red, and orange cargo blocks in the bunker. I think that's fair. Could be more of a storage container. This is where we keep our things. That would add some color down there. I'm down for that. Let's get yellow. And what color don't we have? Blue. And that kind of makes more sense to put over by the blue base. Right on the back wall. That's actually not ideal. Definitely, like, this is actually not a good spot. It's a bit stupid. But let's try one more thing to see what it would look like just for kicks. I could make it so you could get up in here and hold. No, you just get shot in the feet every time. There's just not enough room. Yeah, I could see that. We could go left really as far as we want. There's no real limiting factor, but we don't want to make it too crazy over in this direction. But we could try and make it a little bigger, see if it just improves the experience of being down here. No matter what we do, it's mainly going to be one block high, which is a little limiting. You'll notice that on a lot of kind of spaces like that, we've tried to make them 2 blocks. The bunker on stage. Sidearms? Nice, Boom Nation. You should add stairs. Where should the stairs go? I mean, I could add another way in. And right now, this is only technically one way. Kind of like the signal, just the continuity of tying together those 2 places. The entrance is really bad because you can't get up again. I could always add a ladder straight up to the top here. That would be fine. And we can always add more entrances as well. We have a couple options here. Add more settings, some more FPS. Really, right now the FPS is kind of tied to the refresh rate of your monitor. So it's like a max 60 for most people. Mine is a little higher because my monitors are a little faster. But we have options there. That might be something you see in the future. I can't guarantee it'll continue to happen. We want FPS. You want the FUPUS. I want the FUPUS. We all want the FUPUS. This is known. Put up your hand if you don't want FUPUS. Anyone? No, any no FUPUS takers? Yeah, gotta get that FUPUS. I get you. Understandable. Gotta collect all the FUPUSes. That just makes sense. I'm with you. Oop, easy, easy, settle down. I'm a bit crazy. Went a little crazy with my edits. Getting rid of a lot of the extra blocks from this development. Right now it's got one big, long, straight right wall. I'm not in love with it. Not in love with it. Sometimes you make something and you're like, oh, this feels good. This would be super fun to play. This looks like a nightmare so far. Who voices the dying sound effects? Honestly, I'm not sure. Those were put in before my time. Make a link so we can play. Can't do that on the fly, unfortunately. Change your max FPS. 260 when you only have 144 hertz. That is fair. That's not crazy. And we've even kicked around the idea of, you know, porting the game to other places. Shouldn't go into too many details. Let's see if I missed any other. Minus 30. I hate Fupus. I want Fupus. That's what I'm saying. Everyone wants more Fupus. If you're getting 2 FPS, then there is a problem. There is something else going on, for sure. Let's get a bit of yellow here. A bit of a happy yellow crate. I want blues to mainly be at that end. Let's put in the green guy. Alright, well, it's okay. It's just about okay. We would need more crates. We could make it maze-like if we wanted to. Put another couple in the middle. Break out some sight lines here, maybe right there actually. Give people the opportunity to kind of barrel up here a little bit. Still don't love it. Can you add a melee knife? Probably be more of a spatula. Change the color of the ground cargo as well. Can you add one more tame color? Make a melee knife. Map for a new mode, please. Well, I mean, we have messed around with jump pads. Not gonna lie. They're definitely not ready yet. But I can show you kind of what we're working on. That would change how this downstairs section works. You just bounce out. Boom. Futuristic Cybertronic tanks and maybe deep synthwave backing track to the whole thing. That could be good. I'd play it. Don't like this area. Gonna close it up. Gonna stack another thing up there. Get rid of that box. Can I help mess around with the jump pads? Believe me, if you guys actually, if you're part of our Discord, and I'll just type in chat where that is. God, it's like there should be a, like an exclamation mark Discord command or something like that. If you join our bluewizard.com, no! Thank you, JW. Thank you. You'll kind of be more abreast of what's going on with Blue Wizard and Shell Shockers as well. If you do join that, you're going to be one of the first to know that there's stuff going on. Totally worth doing. We have a lot planned in the future, and we're working on a whole bunch of different things. First and foremost, we're going to get Android Shell Shockers working. That's actually releasing worldwide quite shortly. We're going to be doing a bunch of bug fixes on it as we go, and then promoting the fact that it's available. So that'll be super exciting, not least because a lot of people who currently play on Android and iOS who want VIP but don't have a credit card will be able to use their Play Store credit that they get by watching ads or really anything else to get themselves VIP in the game, which would be sweet. Android today, says Blue Wizard Harrison. Very, very exciting. He's part of the testing team that is getting that all set and ready to go. After that, you know, we are going to be looking at some other stuff. I don't know how much I want to say about it, other than I can say a new game mode is coming, and I can say there'll be versions of maps to play that game mode on, which will be quite fun. And what else can I actually say? I mean, the words Twitch drops have been thrown around a little bit. If we had a Nightbot, we could add a Discord. Yeah, I think I'll have to do that. I play public lobbies whenever I test the game, quite a lot. In terms of melee weapons, I actually always thought that that would be a good version of Capture the Spatula, meaning the person who had the spatula would just get like a 500 hit point shield, and they'd hit people with the spatula. I always thought that would be awesome. Shell shock for digital refrigerators. Honestly, if it can run on a Chromebook, it should be able to run on some of those refrigerators. I wouldn't be surprised. What does it look like if I just drop another drop in here? If I just interrupt the train track to be like, scoop. Doesn't look terrible. You go straight out here and fall in. A bit strange. When people fall in places unexpectedly, it's much part of the reason that Downfall will probably never make it into the public map pool, because it's just a bit too chaotic. You suddenly spawn in midair and free fall into the ground. That's yeah, that can be a little discombobulating for brand new players. So adding something that almost looks like nothing you can fall into, I actually think isn't a great idea. You know, for making this thing and kind of planning it out, I'm not sure where the ideal place might be. Like, maybe we can remake it so that it comes up here, so it doesn't go quite as far to the back. That'll save us quite a long way. So I could make it, you know, I could actually seal that off and make it so that you come up right there, which seems considerably closer. Let's try that. I'll just seal off this section of it for now. So you would go up there to get up. Oh my god, where am I? Did I just seal myself off in the wrong area? Totally did. That's funny. I appreciate that you're in Discord, Dat Gamer. Much appreciated, but the people I've modded are content creators in the Discord and have been there for quite some time, so I feel a little more comfortable giving them mod. Now this is a small and manageable bunker. This extra section, I think it's a little too big. You could make it so that it also goes out the back here, but that seems too big to me. I think you're going to get diminishing returns if you make it too enormous. Wow, look how much we cut out. That's actually perfect. Oh, this is gonna get to the Bunkers Enthusiast magazine. Oh, hold on, what did I do? I might need those. I need to patch some of this up. So I'm going to need some blue crates now that this is basically heading into blue base. Do I have any codes? I have actually all the codes, Stack Gamer. There's going to be none given out in this stream specifically, but there will be some in streams in the future. We're planning on doing a lot more of these. Obviously, we give a bunch of codes for our content creators to give away, and we're probably going to be doing something quite similar ourselves as well. No bunker, at least on this map, would be complete without some lovely, lovely lighting. Was added in when we added the lighting to the game quite some time ago now. Kind of like having this a bit more open. Got to make sure we have ample room for how do I create the codes straight from the database. When are you making a new weapon? We kind of just added the tryhard to the game, so I don't expect a new one to come down anytime soon. Really, we have Android release, new mode coming, new maps and skins, obviously. And that's kind of our focus for now. Yeah, I think I said earlier, Twitch drops have been thrown around, although I couldn't possibly give you an idea of when and if those are coming out for sure. I could always just make this. I don't need this extra layer here. Is that crazy? Is this a good idea? Is it terrible? Making a little area people can just totally camp out. I like it. Fake wall to a secret room. I'm not against the idea. I'm not against the idea of fake walls. I'm going to have to talk to our 3D modeler about that. But I think it's totally reasonable. Mental note. Ask 3D modeler about fake walls. Decide how I like those apples. One place to fall down and immediately be seen. I'm not sure I love that. We could make it similar to the other one where you can kind of go around the corner a little bit. Yeah, maybe a one-way bunker is just cruel. I just straight up haven't learnt my lesson from Shipyard. Your connection is not private? Interesting. I would try one of the proxies in that case, please, sub now. Go to https://eggcombat.com. Shellshockers.us is another proxy you could try. Black egg color, you wouldn't be able to see the cracks if you hit somebody. So that is why that's not in the game. Why your games are the best in the world. I appreciate you saying that. We try hard to make them as good as we possibly can. There's a lot of great games out there, for sure. But yeah, we just like making them. We're glad you guys like playing them, for sure. Red too far up. Get a yellow in there. Let's put a green. Let's put a red on the corner. Green here. Maybe another yellow. Green over there. Very, very open bunker currently. One block in the middle. That might make it playable, to be honest. That would be interesting to see how this goes. A little bit hodgepodge for sure. This needs a lot more finesse before it makes it into the game. I'm going to go ahead and save this as a work in progress. Train yard bunker. Definitely going to need a little more attention and focus. Link proxies in the chat. Sure, I'll give you one. Deck Gamer, please don't spam. One of the mods will mute you. It's an interesting idea. We'll see if it's something that actually sticks. I'll quickly show you guys what we were working on earlier if you're just tuning in. This is the map we made first in the stream. Right now it's called Scales, thanks JW Barry, but the name of it might change as we go. From the last changes that we've made, from the beginning it was just these 4 towers that were identical. I started to build this around the outside. Someone came up with the idea of putting a tower in the middle, so we built that, and then it was pretty clear 2 of the towers are going to link up, and we allow you to climb 2 of the towers. You can climb up from the bottom to the middle, and then 2 middle to the top. You have a couple murder holes. I want the owl to hang out in here and defend himself as best as he can. Definitely no one's going to throw a nade in there. Although it could fall off the map. You might actually be fine. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. You'd have to throw just the right nade to land right about there. It's like a snakes and ladders map, but stairs and ladders, yeah. Yep, it's a couple slides away maybe from being a proper snakes and ladders. We have a couple of the new trees in there. One thing we would have to do on a map like this is put in some spawn points, because that doesn't exist here yet, and a spatula. We do have this model in the game, but don't worry, we will never capture a Pablo like this. I would never put a guy like this in the map. It's just too cruel. Map making challenge would be neat. We would have to give you access to the... I'll free him. He's free. It's okay. These eggs are spawn blocks of a sort, yeah. So basically choosing where each... maybe there would be safer than being right in the corner. At least then you can only be sniped from one direction. So we'll kind of make this blue team tower. Ooh, nice. Blue team. And we'll get a certain amount of spawn points down. And then we'll make this red team tower. And I guess we want to have roughly the same spawn points. I missed a few. Where are the other ones? 1, 2, 3, all up and down there. Right. These are the 2 I missed. Perfect. 9 and 9. Spatula, the only good place for it is at the top. I think quite likely. Cubic. I think this is very, very likely to make it into the game. I could absolutely see that being a part of the game. Yeah, I think it'll play quite fun. It'll be incredibly sniper focused. That's the only problem I have with it, is that this is going to be 100% a sniping map. It's going to be difficult to make any other sense out of it, really. What do you main? Scrambler, right, Eggonator? AK and P90, nice. couple of the candles. Where do you think would make a good spot for the candles in this map? We got 2 to choose from. AK is underrated, and it has been buffed. Don't love him there. Kind of like him there. I feel like that's a sensible spot for them. There's not that many sensible spots for them on this map, though. Maybe there. That would allow you to jump up here, which actually would help the close range weapons, so I'm not against that at all. Let's see which one of these would look better. I think that one. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Oh, I rounded that corner. Interesting, I don't think I did that over here. No, I didn't. Why does that look so much worse, though? Is it just me? Add a few candles in the dark corners of the tower. Like, right in the corner? Think like that? Like this? You like? It's a good candle? I mean, I could always... Oh, you know what? I haven't finished optimizing this map. I talked about it for a bit, but I didn't actually do it. Let's go through and make those edits. Maybe we can actually finish this one off. The main tower. In the corners. Which corners? Like, kind of there? Got to go! All good, my friend. All good. Speaking of egg skins, you guys need to make sure that you vote in the most current thing on our socials. 2 brothers are competing to have a skin that they made put into the game. And we need you guys to tell us which one we're going to put in. So head over to our various social accounts and cast your vote. I'm interested to see which one you guys like better. Actually, gotta change that. Those have to be full blocks. Oh, interesting. I left that straight up. I want to do that. I kind of like the way it looks. Go with one higher than that? Yeah, okay. Alright, get behind that. I have an idea for these candles. I could always put them upside down up there. No. Silly. I will put in some bats, though. I like the bats. that's not right. Looking good on both sides. Moving entity to the game like that, it is not impossible, but it's something we haven't done yet. The palm trees and the bats and candles look kind of odd. The palm trees look odd, really. I think the palm trees look great. Now keep in mind this will all look a little different once it's rendered. What that means is once we actually go through the map and render the light into it, it'll all kind of be a little bit more spooky. Right now it's the night skybox, but we can actually change this. To either the default or the space skybox. Obviously it doesn't look quite the same. Shell Shocker is on a disc? It depends. It depends. The game itself is made in an interesting process called Babylon, well, using a program kind of called Babylon 5. Babylon 5, that's a movie. It basically uses something that is not incredibly easy to convert to, say, an Xbox or something like that. So I don't think you'll see that anytime soon. That's so funny. Said it was made in Babylon 5. Clearly, I've been streaming a little bit too long. Clearly. For sure. I could, once I render the light into this map, it can, let me see how long it would take, just out of interest. I think it'll take far too long to show you guys today. Rendering can take quite a while. My guess is it takes over like 90 minutes. Oh, actually, quite a bit quicker. It's falling quite quickly. Oh, am I going to add, does that mean I'm going to stream Shell Shockers, or I'm going to add the category to Shell Shockers? Yeah, we're looking at about 50 minutes to actually get this rendered, so I won't do it just yet. But when you render it, the whole map can look different. And yeah, it's not to say that this couldn't actually be a Halloween map if it was lit the right way and if there was enough stuff added, but we'll see, because there's a lot of other stuff I'd like to do for a Halloween map. I don't believe this will be it, but it would need quite a few more edits before it gets to that point. Giggity giggity. Thanks for following, guys. If you haven't already, I definitely appreciate that. We got a lot more content that's going to be on the way, provided through our Twitch channel and others. So, yeah, I agree. That's fair. That's fair. That can always change, though. We can always come back in and change any part of this. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out for so long. We've got a bunch of people on Discord. We'd have a bunch of people following on YouTube and a bunch of people on Twitch as well. So really appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you stop into our Discord, like I said before. We've got a lot of things going on there, competition, news about the game. They usually hear about things that are coming to the game and happening first. So hope you can join us there. In fact, this should be like that, I believe. That works. And otherwise, guys, I'm gonna probably end the stream now. You guys have any last minute questions? I'll answer questions like for the next 5 minutes or so. Hey, thanks VK16. Hey, my pleasure, guys. My pleasure. Honestly, I enjoy it, so glad you could join me doing it. What do I eat? Just nothing but elk and polar bear. You know, it's the only way we really get by in Canada. Very, very sturdy diet. I can give you a hint about the new game mode. It is called called King of the Coop. So make of that what you will. I only eat bad eggs, Pringles. I try and make sure that all the good eggs are saved and allowed to prosper. I gotta finish Hello World. I've actually been streaming since 2 o'clock, so it's been a 2.5-hour stream in total. I can't possibly tell you. I would never eat a Pablo. Never eat a Pablo. It's too much of my buddy. Give one more hint. That's it. No more hints, guys. It's time to end the stream. Appreciate you guys all very much.